A court sitting in Abuja has begun the trial of 5 persons accused of masterminding the bombing of a Catholic church in Lawal, Ondo State. Tonight we speak exclusively to the Minister of the FCT, Mr. Wike. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimale here in Abuja. Let's begin by letting you know perhaps your biggest story in the land today, where a federal high court sitting in Abuja has begun the trial of 5 persons accused of masterminding the bombing of a Catholic church in Ondo State. The court granted an application by the Department of State Services, DSS, to shield its witnesses in the trial of the 5 suspects. The suspects were allegedly involved in the murder of over 40 worshippers at the St. Francis Catholic Church in Ondo State. The Department of the State Services had on the 11th of August 2025 arraigned the 5 men before Justice Amaechi and Wike over their alleged involvement in the June 5, 2022 attack at the church. The 5 defendants were arraigned on 9 counterterrorism charges by the Department of State Services, and they all pleaded not guilty. After the trial and the proceedings in court today, the lawyer to the DSS spoke on the proceeding.
There's been a misconception that we charge them to court because of a fundamental rights suit. And I'm here to categorically state that that information is false. There is no such fundamental rights suit anywhere. What the DSS has done was to do an intensive investigation. You don't charge people to court without sufficient evidence to sustain those charges. The DG of the DSS, who is a man that values and respects the rule of law, the man has said to the team, make sure that this investigation is being carried out judiciously. Make sure that all the stones are unturned to find out if these people are actually the ones that committed this offense. And for us to have come to court is because we believe we have sufficient evidence to sustain these charges.
All right. That was perhaps the outcome of what happened earlier today from the lawyer in court. But tonight on the program, we'll bring you an exclusive conversation with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Wike. At the time, Nigeria's political temperature is rising sharply. Just days after last Saturday's by-elections, where the APC consolidated its majority across key constituencies, and there are a lot of controversies as to what INEC did and what it did wrong. And there are a lot of concerns swirling over the future of the PDP and its internal wrangling. Mr. Wike, a former Rivers State governor and influential PDP figure, is being at the center of the national debate, from his role in shaping opposition politics to what he has done in the last few days as far as the development in Rivers and PDP is concerned, and speculations about alignment ahead of 2027 and his stewardship of the FCT amidst mounting economic pressures and calls for deeper reforms. Tonight, we get his views on the state of the nation, the credibility of Nigeria's democracy under President Bola Tinubu, and where he stands in the unfolding political chessboard. I'm being joined by FCT Minister, Mr. Wike. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Yeah. There are mounting economic pressure, and there are a lot of people, especially in the opposition, who think that this government is not doing enough. I heard a few days ago, Lawal, former Secretary of the Government of the Federation, who says that the country is on a very dangerous path and we need to be careful. And he said a few things about the president and his approach. Part of what he says is that the president is unapproachable. In fact, he called him arrogant, one of those things which I thought might be very strong words. And a lot of Nigerians would think maybe this government is unapproachable. Maybe this government does not even know what the average Nigerian people are facing. When you are in cabinet, do you people know what is going on in the country at all?
Sure, sometimes there are people I have had respect for until when events occur. You find out that you are just holding them in high esteem for nothing. When I was a governor, I used to think that people like Amaechi, Lawal, people you should have respect for, until when I started observing things that I never knew, that it's not a man you can really take for his words. I had the interview, I watched the interview, and the unpalatable words he used against Mr. President, how he said that Mr. President is full of himself. It's really unfortunate, this is a country. A man could come out in national television not to criticize genuinely what Mr. President has done wrong, but to abuse Mr. President simply because he had a relationship with Mr. President, simply because he has had opportunity to eat with Mr. President before. That has given him the latitude to come out on national television to say a president of a country is full of himself. He doesn't call him president, Bola. You know, if you have a problem with Mr. President before he became a president, there's nothing wrong in you finding a way to sort out that problem. Take, for example, when Mr. President chose his vice presidential candidate, today the vice president of the country, I was one of those that Amaechi visited. He came to my house in Port Harcourt, in particular, Ada George. He came with one of the former speakers of the House of Representatives. What was his anger? His anger was that he thought that Mr. President would have chosen him as the vice presidential candidate. Having not done that, heaven will have to let loose.
So his anger is about...
It is certainly that. Let me tell you what.
So that's what he told you. He wanted to become vice president.
But it was very clear. You don't need to be clear to you. It was very clear. I mean, we were not kids. I mean, even a kid who's intelligent will know where your anger is. The way you are speaking, it was very obvious. That is not enough. When you say Mr. President is unapproachable, government is not approachable. What do you call government? I'm a minister in charge of Federal Capital Territory. Mr. Azad is a minister in charge of Interior. Mrs. O is a minister in charge of Trade, Investment and Industry. Must everybody reach Mr. President? Is that the way government runs? If everybody in this country, you will not reach out to the ministers, you will not reach out to special advisors, you just want to reach out to Mr. President. How many people can Mr. President say at a time? I'm a minister. Have you made any way, if you have a problem as regards to the administration of activities in FCT, to try to reach out to the FCT minister, and he was not able to reach out to you? If he's not always on seat, he's always traveling. So when you say government is unapproachable,
is this government approachable?
Of course.
Is this government conscious of what is going on in the country?
Like what?
The economic situation of the country.
That is the problem we have always. Take for example, in 2015, when we had an election, what was the issue? That they were saying that Jonathan must not come back. Can you tell me what were the issues?
There were issues, petrol subsidy.
That economy was involved.
Economy issue.
Fine. I agree with you. When Buhari came, we are not just complaining about the economy.
Absolutely.
Fine. So it was not better.
But it's
No. It's
gotten worse.
No. It was not better. Answer me. It was better. Fine.
Better.
So if you say Nigerians did not vote for Jonathan because things were bad. Nigerians also became angry for the last president who was there for 8 years. Jonathan was there for 5 years. Last president was there for 8 years. Right? This person had just come for 2 years. Can you sincerely say that within 2 years, you will solve all the inherent problems of that 30 years? Would that be possible? Can you also say the truth? That look at the foundation. Before, states were not able to pay salaries. You remember? Yeah. States were going to beg federal government for money, bailout. Is that not correct? Mm-hmm. Fine. Now somebody has come. So look, what was that problem? Why we are governors running to Abuja every day to government bailout? I was one of those that took bailout for federal government. Things were very bad, even though we paid at the end of the day back. Today, no state is running to federal government for bailout. Today, no local government is running to the state government for bailout, which means a problem has been solved. There are more funds now in the hands of the state to be able to carry out development. Why was it not done before? I was just watching on television, which you talk about. If there's economic problem, part of it may also be as a result of security issues, right? I've never, for some time now, had anybody look at the steps the government has been taking. For the first time, look at the United States, United Kingdom, commending Nigerian government. Terrorists they have been looking for years. This government, to the security agents' efforts. And you know what that means? America, United Kingdom, of all the contacts and communications and technologies they have, were not able. But our security agencies were able to trap this people down. And they say, look, we commend you. What does that mean? Yes, we have suffered as a result of activities of these terrorists. But for what it looks like now, that we have really penetrated, and this insecurity is likely is coming down. We must commend government when they have put up efforts. You see, that's what we call putting up efforts, genuine efforts. And the efforts may not be yielding as fast as you may want it to. But you cannot deny the fact that, yes, we can attest to the fact that, yes, it's yielding. And the president has never hidden his intention. He said, look, there will be challenges. But it's better we do it now than leaving it for years to come.
Minister, the question that people will be asking tonight is that this government has pleaded with Nigerians to say the policies that we're making is going to bring some very difficult moments for Nigerians, but in the end, it will ease. The question is, when will that
take for example,
do you have a timeline?
Are you talking
for Nigerians to start
today now? Are you talking about today that the fuel has not stabilized? The fuel
there's availability of the fuel, but it's almost 4 or 5 times than what Nigerians were buying for this government.
You must also face the reality. Talk about it. Said that availability now. Before there was no availability, and also the price was high. Now it's availability. Today the price of fuel is coming down a bit. You were here when the president of World Trade Organization, WTO, said, look, the economy is being stabilized. Today, we are always saying that, look, we don't know what the exchanges will be tomorrow morning. The next 2 hours, nobody is sure. But today you can say, for how many months now? It's been hovering within that cycle. That's what we call stability. You can now say, okay, this is the current rate of our exchange to $1. And therefore, I can plan my business or my businesses like this. It wasn't like that before. So we must always comment when we see the reality on ground.
So Minister, what I'm driving at,
yes,
and I'm not talking about the people who live in the city. It's easy for those who live in the city to get uncomfortable with the conversation of the sufferings of Nigerians because maybe they are not feeling it directly. But I'm talking about the average person who make the most of the population of this country, who have not started to feel the traces of what the policies of this government and the fruit that is bringing, the pains that are still feeling, transportation costs, food prices.
When the economy is bad, the economy does not know those who are living in the city alone. Neither does the economy talk about those who are living in the rural areas. It is not every. Are you not saying that everybody that's in the city is rich or can afford? That is not the truth. If the economy is not only hard for those in the rural areas, and then it's good for those living in the city.
The purchasing power, the graph of the purchasing power will also be determined about the quantity of money that is available to you.
Do you know, first of all, where does the food in the city come from?
Because mostly from the farm,
from the rural area. So they produce the food. And then when they produce the food, it comes to where?
Come to the city.
So when it comes to the city, those who live in the city buy the food. At what cost? So you will also know that those who live in the city also face the pains when the economy is bad. So you cannot say only those living in the rural area. It is not correct. But what I'm saying, that every Nigerian is entitled to have a good living. The president is not here for only the rich and not the poor. The president is not only for the poor and not the rich or the middle class. It is the responsibility of every government to cater for every Nigerian, irrespective of their status.
You are a member of the PDP and you work in this government.
Yes.
And there's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And there are a lot of people who are coming together too to say what this government is doing is not good. We don't believe in what they are doing. Your very good friend, former governor of Rivers State, Amaechi, said when he gets into power, he's going to fix corruption. And that there's a lot of corruption going on in this government. And there are a lot of voices like that who believe that what is going on right now under this administration is leading us nowhere. And that's why you see the opposition coalition coming together and they have won. And you people should not come back in 2027 because they're sending you out of town.
Okay. Actually, will you grant me this opportunity? Now you mentioned. And that's why I say it's only in Nigeria we forget this easily. We trivialize issues. A man comes to tell you that he will solve the issue of corruption in 1 month. Is the man taking the issue of corruption very serious?
Is it not possible?
How can it be possible? Okay, let us even start from this antecedent. He was a governor for Rivers State, right? Okay, fine, very much. I like that. I'll take it one after the other. What can be more corruption when you don't want an arm of government to exist? Take, for example, can there be good governance without obeying the rule of law? Can there be good governance without the rule of law? Can there be good governance without adherence to the rule of law? Can there be? I'm asking.
No,
fine. Okay. A man who was a governor refused the judiciary to operate. A man who was a governor who would stop corruption sealed up the State High Court for almost 2 years.
That's your predecessor.
Yeah, that was the person you
were there with him that time.
I was not there. I was a minister of state education. You have to realize this. You have to realize this. The man who wanted to say he will stop corruption was the man who refused judiciary to exist. Stopped High Court for nearly 2 years. People had cases in court. People had their businesses in court to settle. The court was shut down. Almost 2 years.
But that's not the whole story.
No, I'm calling.
There were issues.
Excuse me, what were the issues?
There were issues surrounding that.
Excuse me, what are the issues? You should obey the recommendations of National Judicial Council. The Judicial Service Commission made a recommendation to the National Judicial Council for appointment of who will be the substantive chief judge. And it is the incumbent of National Judicial Council to recommend, based on the recommendation of the Judicial Service Commission. The governor refused that he will not obey the National Judicial Council, which is the apex body that recommends the appointment of judges and chief judges as the case may be. Don't be in a horse. So that you know the man who will fight corruption, end corruption in 1 month. He then went and brought the president of Customary Court of Appeal, Justice PNC Agumago, retired, who of course was suspended by the Nigerian Judicial Council. That's one. Can such a man really be the one that can fight corruption in 1 month? 2, you remember that he was indicted by Judicial Panel of Inquiry on some of the properties, assets of Rivers State government.
Under your administration.
It doesn't matter. It must be somebody must be in charge at that time.
But remember you orchestrated it.
Well, when I orchestrated, I did not orchestrate. He went to court. The same court he shut down. And he was the first person, when we opened the court, he was the first person that ran to the court. Said, look, protect me. That was why the judge said, the court is not only for the poor, it's only for the rich. You shut this court down. Now you are the first person that have now rushed to court for protection. But be it as it may, he was fully indicted. He went to court. The court said, yes, the panel was right. He went to Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal said the panel was right. He went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court upheld the judgment of the 2 courts. And that judgment was given 2 days to the primaries of All Progressive Congress in 2022. And what were the issues? The man who went to fight corruption in 1 month, our gas turbine, $308 million. He sold it to the Sahara. Where's the body? Which account did they pay to? He spent $30 million on Caribbean White Hospital.
But the gas turbine.
I'm coming.
You came into it. You didn't see the money. You can't trace.
It's not there.
But you are not able to trace.
No, that's why we tried to prosecute him. He was right there. I'll come to that. $30 million. He said he put Caribbean White Hospital. Where is the foundation of the hospital? Where is the foundation? Can he go today and say, look at the foundation I done for $30 million US? 3. The monorail. He spent $74 billion, 74 billion naira. Where is the monorail?
You stopped it?
No.
The monorail passes right in front of the government house. But you didn't believe in the project.
No, it's not true. If there's a road you have done, people will be using the road and if you don't complete it, they will know that you have started the road and it's being used, but the road phase we can complete is not correct.
You said that the rail is to nowhere. Because I remember interviewing you.
That's what I'm trying to say. How would you have spent 74 billion naira in 1-point-something kilometer? Something that you do has no impact. Taking traffic from where to where. But anyway, if you have even completed the 1 kilometer, let it be that it is on use first. It is in use. Let us say so. Before we talk, okay, well, it is finished, it's being used. I'm talking about someone who wants to fight corruption. He took our legacy plane, to Germany for 12 years, no record, until I came. And we started looking for it, till I found it. And I had to go to Germany. We had to do everything, spend money to bring back that plane. That's what the state government is using today. What of our Dash 8? He sold to his friend, the former governor of Cross River State, Lee Aliboke, $5 million US. Where is the plane? Where is the body? He will stop corruption in 1 month. In 1 month.
No record of this.
I'm telling you, sir. This is a man that will stop corruption in 1 month. And you look at Nigerians. We are so daft. We don't know anything. It has come to the point where any politician can come and tell us and speak to you, and then you listen to such garbage that somebody will tell you stop corruption in 1 month in this country. which were traversing the issue of corruption. Now, take for example, let's go further. Corruption. This is a man who boasted. It's not about corruption. You see, corruption is not only talking about taking money. You don't understand me? That's not the only thing about corruption.
But it's largely what is destroying this country.
No, it's not. That is why
I say it's largely.
No, it is one of the things. Okay,
Yeah.
Take for example. When you try to influence somebody to do something in your favor, and the person refuses to do that, and the person is punished for not doing that which you want him to do, what is it called? Take for example. You know, that's why I laugh. This is the same man they were happy. Today they are talking about the ruling party trying to muzzle, trying to infiltrate their so-called party ADC. You remember when PDP were having problem with the Modi Sheriff? This was the same man with his team. You know what happened to Justice Liman when the security invaded his house by 12 midnight in Rivers State? Mm-hmm. You know, I was one who saved that situation. What happened? The PDP matter in that time was before Justice Liman. And everything was done for Justice Liman to give judgment in favor of Modi Sheriff. And when they found that it was difficult, they tried to do anything that would make sure that Justice Liman does not carry out or does not give that judgment. And so that happened. When that was aborted, did you see them go after Justice Liman again? No. What happened? When the matter got to Supreme Court, what happened? You have heard Amaechi boast. He was one of those who kicked out Justice Onogen. Why? They wanted Justice Onogen to give judgment to keep Ali Modi Sheriff as the chairman of PDP. And that would have been the death of PDP as a party at that time. That was the ruling party then, APC, in government. Spearheaded by the same man who wanted to fight corruption.
But is it fair to attribute such to him?
Not as if what is fair. Yeah, assuming.
You are saying that.
No. Look.
He was behind.
Do you know? I said, I was in charge of that matter. I was one who hired our lawyers, led by Wala, led by Kanagabi, and fed by Isu Kala. So I was fully involved.
When you make the allegation,
I'm not making.
Amaechi
I'm
is
not
behind Justice Onogen's
of course,
matter.
no. He has already, no. He has said this several times that of course we have to put him out of the place. He had also said that he kicked out Jonathan from office. Would you say that you've never had it? The point, some of us, I think the problem is, it's unfortunate. I don't think that he remembers when he says all these things, that those who work with him before and after are still alive. And you wonder, you sit on the side and you watch a young man come out like that to make such statement, and you pinch yourself. What is going on here?
But they say that they want to fix Nigeria.
No,
that is what the ADC stands for.
No, the point that he cannot. That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Rotimi Amaechi said he's going to be the next president of Nigeria.
Please.
He's given the ticket.
Please. No, you know he won't get the ticket.
Why?
No,
Why not?
Please. You see what he said, that I read, he said he knows the weaknesses of the president. So he knows how to defeat him. But he also knew the weakness of the president in 2022. When the president defeated him mercilessly in their primaries. He didn't know his weaknesses then. It is now he knew the weaknesses.
Maybe he has studied it and
okay, now he has studied it. But let me tell you, Nigerians know the last person they will give ticket, because you know that is dead on arrival. You know called dead on arrival. It's dead on arrival. Look, it's not, you see, how you will know? By your capacity. I don't like people who like, look, in 2014, 2015, you remember he was governor? Remember he was governor? And that was when I was run as a governor. Remember? What happened? We defeated him. And he was the DG of the President Buhari's campaign. It's not correct. He didn't get 15%. He was governor. It's okay. Jonathan was president then. Okay, no problem. 2019, President Buhari was the president. Late President Buhari was president. He was first grade A minister, Minister of Transport then. He was also the DG of Mr. President's campaign then. He was coming home with what I call battalions, soldiers. He was coming home. You remember what happened in 2019 election? You remember how Rivers women stood firm to say this cannot happen. He was, but we still defeated him. President Buhari never had.
Yeah, that was the election they accused you of rigging and using every
possibility. Yes, I rigged. When Jonathan was minister, was the president, I rigged. When Buhari was president, was not correct. I also rigged in 2023 when Buhari was still president. And
why were you rigging?
No, you said they said I rigged.
They are accused you of rigging.
That's what I'm saying. I'm only trying to put it to you. You are governor. I rigged you because Jonathan was president. That's what I'm saying. I became governor. I rigged you. Buhari, Jonathan was no longer president. Buhari became president. I still rigged you. In 2023, you came and brought a governor. He didn't win. He supported a presidential candidate. He didn't win. I still rigged you. Why would I not be rigging you? When? I mean, you see,
when you are more superior than Amaechi locally in Rivers State as of today.
What do you mean by superior?
Politically superior.
Oh, no, it's not about being superior. I tell my people know what I will do, what I will not do.
So you are more popular. He said if both of you get to the streets.
Oh, please. You see, there are things I don't talk about. What is getting to the street? I mean, what is getting to the street?
That is more popular than you.
Let us
you saw how people welcome him.
Wait, how many people?
In Port Harcourt.
No, you know, that would be very embarrassing. Where you saw was VIP lounge. VIP lounge that I built. VIP lounge international airport that cannot take up to 20 vehicles. And when you see, it's not to boast, you know, it is, my people say, there is ground. You are arguing who in a wrestling who will win. Why not go there and wrestle? What's the argument? You see, antecedent of people will tell you. In 2027, he will be the first person that will say, no, I will not vote. There's rigging. It happened in 2015. When he told his people, no, as a sitting governor, he told people, no, don't vote again. I even heard him say, let anybody challenge him if he has ever rigged the election. So why should a young man talk like this? Is he talking to, even if you are his children, you don't have heads? I mean, for me, it tells you the kind of person you are.
Minister, give me a moment. I need to go on a break.
Yes.
There is a lot of pressure, though.
Yes.
And the warning is that something is coming in 2027, which your government may not be able to withstand in terms of the opposition. But I'd like to get your view on some of these issues.
Yeah.
Because the opposition is gathering, and perhaps what is happening in the PDP also, I'd like to get, views on what is happening in the PDP and on the state of the nation. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Let's get back to the conversation with the Minister of the FCT, Mr. Wike. You have dismissed the ADC, the opposition coalition, which a lot of Nigerians seem to be looking up to for redemption ahead of 2027. And you saw what happened over the by-election. It does look like there's a gravitation towards that political party.
Sheon, thank you very much. You said Nigerians, many Nigerians are looking up to. Who charges that? How did you get the population of the Nigerians from what happened in the by-election? How would you not say that many Nigerians are looking up to them?
Are they not?
They are not. Look at what happened. It shows that, you see, when you say, who are those there that Nigerians will be looking up to? You see, take for example, and I continue telling people this. If I see you, for example, in that party you joined. That's okay. Shehu has not had an opportunity to make an impact. So I think that you need to watch him and see whether I can give you an opportunity. Not those who had countless opportunities in life to make a change, and there's no change. They couldn't. And there's no coalition. What is coalition? You can talk about coalition when CPC and APC, and AC, and some PDP members went to form another party that you can call coalition. But not when people say, look, we have left a party to join another party. That cannot be coalition.
But it's a coalition of Nigerians of like minds. They've emptied the PDP.
No, I'm coming.
They left APC.
But if you look at their track records, they have always been doing that. If you look at their track record, okay.
Is that why you say Nigerians should reject them?
That because they have nothing to show.
Is that fair for you to say Nigerians should reject those who say they want to?
Nigerians have already rejected them by saying this by-election. They did not make any impact.
But just the beginning.
You see the reality. Time is coming, you will see. It's easy for you to appear on national television, for you to appear on national newspapers to talk. Take, for example, I just want to say this, for example. Take my brother, my friend, Lawal Wike, former governor of Cross River State. Was he not Minister of Power? Was he not? What happened? What happened when he was Minister of Power? You remember?
Under your PDP government.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about you now as a person that's going to, is it PDP that's talking about the rescue there now? He has gone there to say he wanted to rescue. He was Minister of Power. And you remember the amount of money that was spent in power then. If they have gotten it right, we will be talking about power today. Tell me.
So that's why you
feel these are the people. He was governor of Cross River. He was not able to rescue Cross River.
But he did his bit.
And what is his bit? Where did he find Cross River? What was his bit? You see, just one thing you will say. If I say today, with all authority, with all amount of seriousness, that I'm going to join here, because I'm not happy with what they have done. When I was on seat, I did this, I did that, I did that. So we look at all of them, all. I don't see there's anybody there that I did not invite to my state to do one or the other in terms of commissioning of projects.
Even your friend Tambuwa.
Of course.
Now, you know what he said about what the government, your government is doing?
Yes.
I'm twisting opposition,
yes,
chasing them with Anticorruption agency. Is that fair? Is that how your government wants to treat opposition voices?
I'm not speaking on behalf of EFCC, but Nigeria should stop this. I was arrested by EFCC in 2008. When I became the chief of staff in 2007. And I went to EFCC. I was arraigned in the FCT High Court. And they didn't understand me. They will file for no case submission or a preliminary objection. They said, no, we went to Court of Appeal. I won in Court of Appeal. They went to Supreme Court. They knew what would have happened to them. Because it was so bad, they have to run back and withdraw their matter. Even though it was accused, it was said that government was doing that, but I never came out to say it. I went there. Look, you have no case. Look at it. Look at it. If Tambuwa was called, that look, we have this against you. After there are so many Nigerians that have been invited by EFCC one way or the other. Why is it that nobody's talking about them being witch-hunted or whatever? Is it only politicians that are being witch-hunted or should be witch-hunted? Why is it that if EFCC does this today, because you appear to be in no position, you are witch-hunted? I'm not saying that he has committed any offense. I didn't say so. But it will also be wrong Simply because EFCC invited somebody, that's a witch hunt. But if EFCC invites somebody in government, it's not a witch hunt. Only those that are in government should be invited for question of one thing or the other. But somebody who had left government, whom the financial crime believes that may have committed an offense, and therefore we want to hear from you. That means that that person being witch hunted. All this kind of blackmail does not work, and it shouldn't work.
Minister,
all I would have said, look, Mr. Tambawa, this is what EFCC said. Yes, I didn't do it. And the law will take its course.
Minister.
And I don't believe in this blackmail. Yeah. Each time somebody is invited, it is the government that is doing it because there's no position. For Christ's sake.
Let me take you quickly to Rivers State.
Yes.
The local government elections that the administrator has under the administrator's watch and the RCEC are planning. A list of eminent Rivers State citizens, Mr. Atado Peter Side, former Governor Adejoy, and a few other people had come together and written an open letter to President to be able to say, stop this. This is undemocratic. Okay. It's unconstitutional. Don't go ahead with this. Okay. And do you think that that election should go on?
Well, I don't know.
For the sake of peace in Rivers State?
First of all, when you say eminent, I don't know what you call eminent because I have money. That's what makes me eminent.
There are those who don't have money there, but they are eminent Nigerians.
How?
Based on their profile,
if
what they have done. If
anybody is eminent there, by the word eminent means that you should support that election. Because if you don't, you are bringing the state backward. When it's unconstitutional, who interprets what is unconstitutional? Does it lie in your mouth to say something is unconstitutional? For Christ's sake, you have the court that is being given the responsibility. Take up the challenge and go to court and say, look, this is unconstitutional. And let the court be able to decide how will our laws grow. It's not by writing to the president, stop this unconstitutional. By publishing this paper, it's unconstitutional. What has ever happened that you have said is constitutional? Have they read the emergency powers of the president?
To remove a governor? To impose?
How did you remove a governor? All it says suspension. What did they ask me? Do you know the Supreme Court said there's no state, there's no government in the state? Okay, can I ask you one question? That Supreme Court sacked all the local governments, right? And said, no caretaker, you can't have money to run the local government. State government, no, there was no budget. How would you run the state government at that time? Now, but if the president did not take the powers he took, do you know the state would have been something else? Now, as part of restoring democracy at the local government level, say, look, you have to conduct the election. At least when the local government comes back, and then the state comes back by the governor and the legislature, the local government will be getting their money for the federation account. And so that nobody will say the local government is in crisis. The state government would have been working in harmony with the state legislature by adopting the budget which National Assembly has passed, or the state assembly making amendment to it. And so that the state will also be getting their own funds from the federation account. Why is it that people do not like when they say it's an emergency rule, therefore you cannot do local.
So you are supporting the local government to
the election is going to take place. We are preparing.
You will support. You will be part of it.
I'm going for campaign next week. I will appear 27, 28 for the campaign.
And you campaign for the PDP.
I'm going to campaign, of course, for my local government. I believe we have done quite a lot that the PDP will win in my local government.
Minister Wike, why is it that people are saying that you are planning a parallel convention of the PDP, that you are not planning to go to Ibadan?
Have they given you a date for Ibadan?
Yeah, they say that the plan, of course, the party has announced that it's going to be in Ibadan.
I don't know.
Would you attend?
When the party NEC has not sat.
Nobody have agreed it's going to be in Ibadan.
When did they agree?
Yeah, it was about, the 100.
The one they said is NEC?
Yes.
That is not NEC.
So you don't agree with the
NEC
decision?
has not met. In fact, we're meeting tomorrow. We're going to challenge. NEC has not met.
So is it true that you are planning a parallel convention?
How can you say I'm planning? Do I need to do what?
So you don't support the Ibadan convention?
I'm not aware that there's any convention in Ibadan.
Give me a moment.
As a NEC member, I've not been told. And nobody has voted for NEC meeting for me to say that NEC has had a meeting. If few people or people who work as a team say they have had a NEC meeting, okay, in the NEC meeting, okay, so be it.
Give me a moment again, because I need to take this break. We'll be right back to talk more after this break. Thank you so much. Our closing moment with the Minister of FCT, Mr. Wike. So you've established you don't know anything about that. As far
as I'm concerned, if no notice of meeting has been served as a member of NEC, I have every right to challenge, and nobody can deny me my right. So as far as I'm concerned.
So you are going to court to challenge that sitting? Or
our group we're meeting tomorrow. Obviously, I don't think we'll allow injustice to prevail. Impunity will not. I can tell you that will not allow that.
Those who feel that if there's going to be peace in the PDP, you will be part of it. And there are those who think that you're serving more of the interests of the APC rather than the interests of the PDP.
None of those people who feel so can talk before me. Nobody serves the interests of PDP more than me. None of them.
Even when you are serving the government of the APC.
I'm an adult to contribute to the development of this country. I'm not the first person who has served in another party while belonging to another party.
So in 2027, would you be supporting a PDP presidential candidate or APC presidential candidate?
I will support somebody whom I know that will make Nigeria to grow. Somebody who has the interest of Nigeria. I don't believe in sentiment. I don't believe in mere emotion. No, I don't do that.
I thought you were a party man.
A party man does not mean that if you don't bring somebody that can help this country, because I'm a party man, therefore I want the country to start going backward again.
You're not worried about anti-party activities?
What is called anti-party?
When you work against the interests of your party?
No, it is the party.
You did that in 2023.
No,
you work against the candidate of your party.
The party work against the constitution of the party. No.
Let's not go there because we don't have a lot of time.
But you know that. You know that our concern is clear. I stand to uphold the principle of our party. Equity, fairness, and justice.
So you still think that in 2027 the power should go to the south?
It will still be.
That's not up to you to say. It's up to Nigerians to determine.
No, when the parties do the right thing, Nigerians will determine from that.
Let me ask you quickly.
Yes.
This one chance in Abuja,
yes,
how would you be able to solve? It's very, very dangerous. At night, when people are going home.
No, it's not correct. You are exaggerating the problem. Commend the security agencies of what they are doing. I've always said this. Nobody will say that you have stopped all crimes. No. But are there efforts to stop the crimes? Yes. Commend people. See what we are doing now. We have identified areas where these one-chance vehicles are, and we are going to take them out. See the complaint of people. Oh, you're making people to suffer. People looking for their daily bread. These are the kind of things that come out when we are fighting crime and the criminalities. And people like you have not come to help us to say, it's not correct. What they are doing is the right thing. Look at the shanties everywhere. Criminals are taking over. Now we are saying, no, we won't allow this. We are chasing them out. This one-chance thing we are doing. We are getting buses now to apply in bus terminals and taxi terminals so that nobody will, you don't go to apply any car that you don't even know who. These are ways to reduce the one chance. Minister. But the point is that the security agencies are doing quite enough, quite well, and we must commend them. Right. It's not everything is condemnation. Nobody ever comes one day. Yeah. The security agencies are doing well. The government is doing well. I hope you don't have the mindset of ADC. Because that's their own mindset. They have nothing to offer than every day they work on one morning. Government has never done anything well. Even the roads they are passing in Abuja, have you ever seen them comment? They will not comment. It's their nature.
Minister, I just have 30 seconds to close the program.
Okay.
And I'm going to close on the issue of the contractors. Who are saying, and I heard you at your program earlier today where you said it is not by your administration, but there are those who are linked by your administration.
No, please. Go and check. You see, that is why, like I've said, it's not easy to fight. You see, when you want to change system, the system will fight back. Now, tell me, sitting as a minister, you are supposed to know what the ministry or the FCT has in terms of disbursement of funds. Now, we have awarded projects through the FCT Executive Council, Executive Committee, and the Federal Executive Council, depending on the threshold. Then I'm now calculating, right? that, okay, these contractors have done this, these contractors have done this, how much we have. Then you see a list. Who awarded these jobs? You say, oh, this director awarded this job of 15 million, this awarded this of 20 million, this awarded this of 50 million, this awarded this of 10 million. How?
So they are indiscriminate awards. We are totally out of time, Minister.
But look at those boys who are the most senior These people, these contractors are owned by the civil servants who signed all those things. I think that they can bring that blackmail. It will not work.
Minister, we are totally out of time.
Thank you very much.
FCT Minister Wike, thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Yeah, even though it took all our time with the advertisement.
Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you very
much. That's
much.
our program tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure. Kemale, bye for now.